So you want to get a job in Canada. My name is Nadernejad and I am an online reputation management specialist. Check out my agency down below. I also work in communications. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to increase your chances of finding a job. Now, I am not a recruiter. I am not a hiring manager. But I do know a few tips and tricks you can use online to leverage the power of online reputation to increase your chances of finding a job anywhere in the world, so stay tuned. Number one is get obsessed about your industry or your space. Well before I started working in digital marketing, I was doing it every single day. I'm talking about every single day. By the time I was 11 years old, I was in my parents' basement filming with a camera. I had a YouTube channel at like age 12. Before I built up 600 videos on this channel, I had recorded 400, 500, 600 other ones. I've recorded over 1,000 videos in my life. So I've just been executing, and that content I deleted. There's nothing to show for it, right? I wrote 2 books, one on how to start a digital marketing agency, one on how to start your freelance writing career. Then I went ahead and I made 24 different courses segmented. 27 actually are published right now, segmented on all the different learnings I gathered from being a digital marketer, all from my telephone sales, and I taught those things online, right? So I did all these things, and it took me like 7 or 8 years of just pumping that sort of work in. And still, things don't come easily to me, right? I still have to work really, really hard for any opportunity that I want. So it's totally understandable. A lot of people watching this channel today, they come, from abroad, they're international students, and they want a job immediately. And they said, hey, I have this qualification, or I have a bachelor's degree. Why can't I get a job? Or I did my master's, why can't I get a job? It's not just about that. You can do your master's, you can be working. I'm obsessed with what I do, right? But still, it doesn't come easily to me, okay? As a Canadian citizen, British citizen, does not come easily to me. So if you're thinking about your career only within the context of this is my career, where's my job, I have my credentials, now I should get my thing, it's a very linear attitude, and a lot of people follow this linear path, right? You need to build up all this other resources, assets, proof that you've been executing outside of what you're typically doing. And that can mean, your evening time. Instead of relaxing, write an article about engineering. Instead of, going out, or even, doing something else that's productive, like reading. Instead of reading, go and create things. Produce, right? People want to see your ability to produce, and that's what's going to be a tangible factor in determining whether you can get a job. Also think about what are some things you can build on the side, infrastructure within your own life and within an online context to make you revenue. I have 27 courses online, and like I said, a couple books. Other than that, I have YouTube revenue from this channel, and I've built another channel that's about 150 subscribers. I've built a following of over 40,000 on Facebook, and well over 30,000 on Instagram, and I've had sponsorships with Canadian Tire and Circle K and TD Bank, and they're still small, right? Like the sponsorship comes, sponsorship goes away. No more sponsorships. Revenue's good online learning 1 month, next month it's a little bit less, so I have to, you got to pivot. On my evenings, I'm working with clients all the time doing calls. So it's a lot of work, and still, if I relax for a week, everything's going to be 10 times harder for it to come to me. Like, I stopped making YouTube videos for a week and a half. My watch time dropped from 150,000 minutes down to 98,000 minutes. So I have to keep executing even after I've built 600 videos. It's a very old person thing to say that in this digital age, online, that's what old people say, right? We know we're in this digital age. It's just like common sense now, but no matter your industry, you should be posting online. That's where the tangible things are gonna come from, right? Work on yourself in your spare time, but also online. Post that content and work hard. Okay, so I think you got the point. I had to break there. I actually recorded that last clip like an hour ago because a thing happened. Okay, tip number 2. Where is it going with this? Right, certifications. Certify yourself, but certifying is a combination of actually building the practical knowledge, because that's important. You have to prove yourself. But also getting certified means getting relevant certifications. For me, that's like Google Ads training, HubSpot certification, inbound marketing from HubSpot certification, Google Ads training, Facebook training. Like, these sort of actual official trainings are good, but they still don't really count for much, right? But they count, but I didn't go to Billy Bob's online Facebook school. It doesn't count, okay? You want to find things like PMP, like project management professional. Like, that's a certification that counts for something, right? It's gonna amount to a higher salary. It's gonna work. Don't get random certifications, but get ones that are relevant and work, and they're recognized at least off the bat. This one I actually think is really interesting. No one talks about it, but if you want to get a job, you have to have a story. Like, I went to school and I do this. I mean, it's good, but imagine if you had a story behind it. How much more powerful of a sell would that be if you're trying to get a job or even trying to get a client, I started off in, I started making videos out of a passion. That turned into marketing. And then someone came along one day and they had a damaged reputation and I helped them. And when I called them on the phone and they saw the reputation was fixed, they cried. Then I realized my life calling was, you see how it's a little different? I worked out of co-working and startup hubs, in countries in Asia, and I accidentally left chicken in the inside of my motorcycle, and you don't have to go into these details, but talking about a story is really gonna set you apart, because it really goes to show not just do you have a fun story to tie your job into with, but it makes it more memorable, and at the same time talking about your job in the context of a life story proves that it's a part of your lifestyle. So these are my 3 top tips to get a job. These are things that I think you should just do naturally and in a very genuine way, and I think they'll help. I'm just trying to change the way that you think about jobs, It's not linear. It's about tying it in with your deeper self. Anyway, this video is getting too deep. I'm gonna leave. I barely make videos anymore because I'm doing a lot of work, but thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, check out the digital agency, and take care.